Hi, everybody. Welcome to English with Jamie. Um, I wanted to show you something because I think you know I love to learn languages and I am always studying many languages because I want to improve. So, for example, one language I study is called Swahili, and Swahili is spoken in many countries in Africa. It's also spoken in Colorado. So people in Kenya, Tanzania, Congo, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda. There's people speak Swahili in many of these countries, and I'm learning Swahili. And so I can speak Swahili, some basic Swahili, but there are many words I still don't know. I want my vocabulary to be better. So here's what I tried to do today. Um, I um, I went to a website of news in Swahili. The website is called NHK and it's a news channel from Japan. So Japan has a news channel called NHK and it has many, many different, it has the same news stories in many languages. So you can find news in Swahili, but the news is usually about Japan. So I printed the article in Swahili and then I went to Google Translate and I translated the article into English. And I printed the article with the Swahili on the top and the English on the bottom. And then I read the sentences in my head. I just looked at the sentences. I looked at them and I thought, which words are new for me? And anytime I saw a word that was new, a new word, I highlighted it. I used a highlighter and I highlighted the word. Um, Sometimes it was a phrase. And then it was easy because I have the translation, so I could just look at the bottom and I could find the phrase. And I think this is good because instead of looking up this phrase by itself, this word or this phrase, a phrase is like several words together. Um, Instead, I would look and I would find, oh, this phrase is in this sentence. I don't know. I instead of just looking at this phrase, I looked at the whole sentence and figured out where is this word or this phrase. And so I did that with the whole article. And so then I started to notice, oh, this word, wadifa, for example, wadifa, this means a post, like a government position, a government job. Or this word manufa means benefits. Some of the words I'm still a little confused what they mean, but for the most part, I could understand. Oh, this word means this word means this, and this was a really good process. Um, so I printed the article, I highlighted the words, and then I read the article out loud. So I read it using my voice. So, for example, I can read the article quietly, or I can read the article silently. Like right now, I'm reading the article silently. Or I can read the article out loud. So I'm going to read it out loud for a few words. Waziri wa mambo ya inche wa Japani, right? So I read that out loud. Um, Anyway, so I read the whole article out loud. Actually, I read the article out loud in a video, um, and then I would read maybe one or two sentences, and I would stop. I read one or two sentences, and then I stopped, and I tried to explain the article to myself, right? Or I made a video so you can watch me explaining it to myself. I tried to make simpler sentences because some of these sentences are very long and they're very confusing for me because I'm a beginner or I'm not an expert in Swahili. So because there's so many new words, I tried to say the same thing in a shorter sentence, a simpler sentence, using my own words, my own Swahili. And I did that with every paragraph, every sentence in this article. So I described the whole article to myself, and I think it helped me to understand some of these words. So now I have some new Swahili words in my head. I'm hoping I will remember them if I see them again. Maybe I will remember them enough to say them. At the very least, next time I read an article, if I see the word, for example, amerejea, kurejea, maybe next time I will remember, oh, kurejea means to return to something. Tukio means event, right? So I hope I will remember more next time. So that's what I tried doing. Maybe you could try this with an English article or an English book, or a book in another language that you're using, that you're learning. For example, if you're learning Swahili. And I do think NHK is a good place to go because they have many, many articles. If you're studying languages other than English, I think it is especially good for languages that are harder to find articles in. So anyway, that's just a technique, and I thought I would show you.